How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have for you guys a gameplay against one of the best players in the world, Zobliterator, and he has a YouTube channel as well as a Twitch channel. Both of the channels will be linked in the comments section down below. And he has gone 12-0 14 times. He has the 99 overall Willie Mays. It appears as the 87 because I have the 87 on the bench. But there, as you can see, his record 37-4. He plays a lot of Battle Royale games. I think he's number 2 on the leaderboards, but he has the best win-loss ratio that I've ever seen at like 440 something and like 68, I believe is what it was, or 404 and 62, something like that. It was absolutely insane, but he is definitely one of the best players I know, one of the best players I've ever seen playing this game, and I really like to go up against him because it's a challenge for me. He's one of the most consistent players that I know that play this game, and when you're going up against a player of this caliber, you really have to make your pitches. You have to be focused the entire game, as Ichiro has a check swing base hit there. A little bit of luck is always nice when you're going up against a top player like this, but nonetheless, I'm going to look to be aggressive. There I took the first pitch there on a changeup. We're facing this 93 overall Vita Blue, one of the best pitchers in the game. I tried to get a hit and run going. It would have worked out perfectly, but I got jammed a little bit there, and it still worked out. It was kind of a weird play, but there for a second I thought it was going to be a double play. As I line out with Frank Thomas, facing a lefty, 125 versus both sides. Definitely a good card. Once again, hitting a line drive up the middle for an out or a ground ball, or a base hit, that's how it is. Every time I get a base knock with Frank Thomas, it's just up the middle. But we have the Tony Gwynn up at the plate. I made the debut video with him in the last one, and I had a chance to score a couple runs there, or at least try and get a rally started, and I was unable to capitalize. But nonetheless, I am pitching all right with this Chris Sale. This game was also before he got the downgrade to an 89 overall. And Zoe is a level 90 silver, so he does have a variety of signature series cards. He does have Nolan Ryan and Clayton Kershaw, if I'm not mistaken. He's got the best team I've seen so far. He is an absolute beast of a player. He's about to be a gold level and have another signature series card. But there he sends one out with Rogers Hornsby. Anything you throw in the zone and miss your spot there, as I just did, he's going to hit it well. It's going to be sent out, or at least sent into the gap. There Jason Giambi, lefty, he sends one into the gap. Luckily there I was able to track it down with Ichiro. But that brings up Pudge Rodriguez, trying to throw the ball inside. He's lining out, but he's making hard contact every single at-bat. And I'm just looking to make the plays, keep the game close, and hopefully I can try and hit a couple home runs there. I thought I got that one. But we played this game on Hall of Fame just because that's what everybody wanted to see. In his stream, he was playing this game live over on Twitch, and everybody wanted to see Hall of Fame. And this was right before the update. We actually played this update, and the update went live as soon as we were in this one. So it was kind of bad timing, but at the same time, I didn't know the update was going to be before 3 p.m. I thought it was going to be a little bit after, as Evan Longoria sends one into the gap. I thought that was going to be down, but Willie Mays tracks it down. 99 overall signature series. Willie Mays is absolutely crazy to go up against, but I'm always up for the challenge. I think that's so much fun, man. I was having a great time playing this game. I'm down 1-0. I'm looking to keep it here, and even facing the pitcher, I don't even know what to pitch him. I'm going with the slider away, and luckily he hits it right to Jose Reyes. That ball was even hit hard. But now he has the top of his lineup coming up, his creative player, Joe Random, and go with the fastball up in the zone. He's going to send it into the center field. Ichiro's not going to be able to get to that one. Zoe has a contact-focused player, and he does have 99 speed with 99 steal. So I did think he was going to end up stealing at some point, but that was on a 3-2 count. So he didn't go until he needed to, and it was a perfect time to go because he jammed one out into center field, but that was hit well enough to get down for a base hit. And Willie Mays is going to hit one to shortstop. Jose Reyes is unable to make that play. I knew he was going to beat that out. I probably should have threw it to second base, but really the hit kind of froze me a little bit. It was hit pretty hard. And now facing Eddie Matthews, I'm trying to throw the fastball inside, and that was not going to be a good enough pitch. He's going to flare it out into left field, and that's going to be bases loaded. Brings up Rogers Hornsby, and on a 3-1 count, I went with the slider, and I ended up walking him there. And, walked in a run in that situation, but at the same time, it brings up Jason Giambi, lefty. and Rogers Hornsby really could have broke the game open and hitting a grand slam in that situation. But now I have to focus on making a couple pitches. I got the bullpen loose because if he gets a base hit right here, there's no way I can leave Chris Sale in, even though it is the third inning. And everybody's good to go because it is a friendly game. But Jason Giambi sends one into left field. Giancarlo Stanton is going to be able to make the play out there in the outfield. So now we're down 3. One thing that I need to do that I didn't previously do in this game is hit with runners in scoring position. I had an opportunity in the first inning and I struck out with my creative player. So I needed to try and get some guys on base and follow up with another base hit and get something going. Start off with a couple runs, but Zoe was also making me look pretty silly at the plate with this Vita Blue. It's just really tough to time up some of these pitches. I swung at a pitch with Ichiro that was above the zone. There I timed one up with Jose Reyes, so at least I have a guy on with good speed. Later on with Tony Gwynn up on a 3-0 count, I thought I squared that one up, but I hit it right at the shortstop for a line out, and that's just unfortunate. Just another situation where I needed to get that ball into the gap for an extra base hit, and I would have been able to score a couple runs, if that makes sense. And that's the best way to kind of chip away, at least score one. You really have to take advantage of those situations against a good player like this because they're not going to stop scoring. They're not going to stop hitting. I expect Zoe to put up 6, 7, 8 runs in this game, and I'm looking to put up a similar amount of runs. I have to hit as well as he does in order to keep up. And that's usually the way it goes. When you play people that hit over 320, over 350 for average and slug at a high clip and score a lot of runs per game and go 12-0 a bunch of times, that really play the game a lot, you really have to focus on what you're doing and get good feedback on as many pitches as possible. All those factors come into play, and it's extremely tough. It makes the game extremely difficult there as Kenny Lofton hits one to Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas flips it to the pitcher and he beats it out. So, I mean, some things were going my way early on. Now, some things are going against me. It happens. That's part of the game. And it's still 3-0. So, in the 4th inning, it's 3-0. That's all I'm looking at right now. And there's still plenty of time to come back as Ben Zobrist hits one into right field. And that's really how you have to approach it. You can't get frustrated. You can't get upset. Yet on the harder difficulties, you have to just try and put good at-bats together. I probably should have pinch hit for Chris Sale right there, but he squared that one up pretty good. I thought that one had a chance to get into the gap. Another opportunity, probably could have played a little bit differently, but at the same time, I wanted to use this Chris Sale. I was making a debut with him, and I wanted to see how well he would do, and I did not think he would get a downgrade, so I figured I'd pick him up for my team. But there he sends one into the center field there with Willie Mays. Ichiro throws it into third rather quickly, though. You can't really run on Ichiro. And now facing Eddie Matthews. Another reason why I wanted to leave Chris Sale in is because we were facing Duke Snider and a couple lefties in this specific inning. But this play, I wanted to go into slow motion right here because I was talking about this in my previous video. A play where my fielder was trying to find the wall. I was trying to get behind the baseball there to make sure that I could throw the ball in and keep Duke Snider from getting to third base, because I felt like that was a big situation, and instead Stanton tries to find the wall and it cost me a couple runs there. It was just a bad situation. I mean, it was 100% my fault though, and those things are going to happen. Sometimes you just have to take it for what it is and move on. I mean, that's all that there is to it. I have to try and get out of the inning and try and keep hitting at the plate and hopefully get a couple big home runs or something. But 6-0 in the top of the 5th inning. And I know Zoe's not done scoring. He's going to keep hitting the ball hard into left field with Kenny Lofton there. Just really put together a lot of good at-bats. He had me swinging at some bad pitches and really so far outplayed me. I wanted to go into slow motion with this swing once again and with Ichiro, because as you can see with a guy with high vision, the point of contact was literally on like the handle of the bat, and he still flares it into center field, lefty. That's why Ichiro is an absolute beast. You don't necessarily need good PCI placement, but I don't know what Zoe's feedback was on that specific pitch. I was in his stream while he was playing this game, but it would be too much for me to try and keep up with his gameplay and my game at the same time, if that makes sense. And this play, I wasn't trying to send Ichiro to home at all. I was just trying to send Jose Reyes to second base, and I didn't realize that Ichiro was running home until his catcher picked up the ball and threw it, because I was watching the baseball to make sure that Jose Reyes wasn't going to be thrown out, because he does have Pudge back there. It was just a bad play all around. And then another bad play with Stanton right there in left field. just had some bad luck and did not take advantage of some opportunities that I had. I mean, I probably shouldn't have been on first base or even second base with Ichiro anyway, because he got a weird hit. It probably should have broke his bat, to be honest with you. I don't think I deserved that hit, but here with Tony Gwynn, I finally squared one up and hit it pretty well into right field. That one was going to be off the wall. That was probably like the best hit that I've had the whole entire game. And nonetheless, I mean, I'm just trying to score a couple runs here and chip away. I am facing Rob Nen, and Rob Nen is one of the better pitchers in this game. As you can see from that stat, I was 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position in this game, and you're not going to win any games if you do that, obviously. I haven't scored any runs, and there Stanton is able to send one through the hole, except I wasn't able to score because Tony Gwynn doesn't have the speed, and his outfield is stacked. And later on in the inning, Ty Cobb hits into a double play. Unfortunate, I wasn't able to take advantage of another situation, but I was able to score at least one run in that inning. Jason Giambi, though, gets it right back, sends one into right field for a solo shot. It's 7-1 at this point. I brought in Johnny Venters. I missed my spot. I was trying to throw that pitch up and outside. And that was an important at-bat against Jason Giambi there because that was my last lefty. I only have Johnny Venters left, and then Pat Neshek, Dylan Betances, and Goose Gossage. The reason why I saved those guys is just in case I was able to get a lead in this one. Tried to keep the game at least somewhat close and make a comeback, but that's not what's happening in this one. Down 7-1. Pudge Rodriguez up at the plate, hitting one into right field. Tony Gwynn is going to be able to make that play, though. And now we have Frank Thomas up, and I thought I got that one. I thought that was his first home run online. I thought it was against Zoe, but nope. Flew out into right center field. Frank Thomas a little bit late on that. If I would have pulled that pitch, I think it would have been sent out. But as we move in later into this game, Stanton hits one up into center field. That's going to be a base hit to start this one off, but still down 7-1 in this game. And now facing Willie Mays, I probably should have went to my bullpen and took out Johnny Venters, but he was pitching pretty well against Zoe. And I gave up a home run to Willie Mays there. And, I mean, not the best pitch. I threw it right over the plate, but I was trying to throw that inside. I felt like I could have got a ground ball to shortstop once again. But now he started to really hit Johnny Venters pretty good. There, Tony Gwynn made the play there in the outfield. And now in the bottom of the ninth, down to my last out, I started to get a little bit of something going here as I got a couple base hits, or I got on base from an error with Jackie Robinson. And then Jose Reyes got that base knock with Frank Thomas up and ground out to the shortstop. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching this video. Zoe's a great player.